Hello from Northern Nevada. My name is Jenny Hemsath. I'm going to share with you today my math lesson for kindergarten. The Common Core Standard is KCCB 4B. Understand the relationship between numbers and quantities, connect counting to cardinality. Understand that the last number name tells the number of objects counted. The number of objects is the same regardless of their arrangement or the order in which they were counted. So for this lesson, I have chosen to use my day 5 of my unit plan. The objective here, students will be able to represent numerical value by creating a drawing to display a given amount 1 through 20. We would have already worked with 1 through 10 earlier in the year, and now we're moving to 1 through 20. I think that this would probably be appropriate in, say, October, something like that. As far as direct instruction, I would first discuss what students have been learning this past week, review counting 1 to 20 and matching one object to one number name. And the way that I had planned on doing this for earlier in the week would be to take a number line with objects. I apologize, this is an alphabet, but I could not find a number line. We're just going to pretend. So say here this would be number 1. We're going to count one object to one number name. 2, one object to one number name. We would review this 1 through 20. I would also explain that we can also show how many by drawing an amount to match the number name. And I would take, for example, the number 4 and put it on the smartboard for everybody to see and draw 4 dots and say 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 matches 4. I would also be showing a video called on YouTube called Play-Doh Numbers, Learn Numbers 1 to 10, Count with Elmo, How to Make Play-Doh Numbers. This only does 1 through 10. It's pretty lengthy as is, so I would probably only show maybe them making 1 through 5. It just gives the students an idea of how you can make Play-Doh numbers, how you can actually form them out of the Play-Doh and then make the little dots to match that number. For guided practice, I would create a number myself, just as they had seen in the video. So they would see me molding the number together. Maybe I would ask them, what number should we do, 1 through 20? Somebody pick a number. Let's say number 6. And I would create the number 6 to put on the smartboard to display up, or on the computer to display up there, and then create the balls to match, counting each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we have a quantity of 6 that matches our number 6, our number name. This would move on to be independent practice with worksheets, although in the guided practice itself, I think I would have partners work together with Play-Doh numbers. Say there's groups of 4 students, just like in class. As far as management, have number 3s go gather up the Play-Doh. Maybe you don't want to have too many varieties in colors to cause problems. I have 4 different colors here. I got these at the dollar store. It's not the best stuff, but it works. Maybe you just want to supply everybody with the same color if you can get it. That way there's not an issue with the classroom management in that way of students wanting a certain color. But yes, I had number 3s going and collecting the Play-Doh for their table, although groups of 2 will be working together. Let's see here. I also put that if they wanted to, if color was an issue, something of importance, each student at the table will put different colors of Play-Doh back together in the containers after the activity. So number 1s would collect all the yellow, number 2s blue, number 3s red, and number 4s for green. So if you did happen to use the colors, each student would have a job putting that Play-Doh back together. Otherwise, number 4s will collect the Play-Doh after the activity and bring it back if you just had the one color itself. Vocabulary that I would use for this: value, number, represent, amount, and add. So back again to the guided practice. Once the partners have, or the number 3s have gotten the Play-Doh for their table, partners would each take a Play-Doh and begin doing numbers 1 through 20. They could start at any number they wanted to, or if you wanted to be more structured, you could actually have them go 1 through 20. It may be pretty lengthy, I'm thinking, going that far. I mean, even the video takes a long time going through 1 through 10, so it may be a little much. Maybe random numbers would be good for them to be able to practice what quantity actually is versus just going sequentially. Independent practice, I found a numbers in a jar worksheet. So the worksheet itself has a number that they would trace the number, and then draw little marbles or whatever inside the jar to match that number. So, and again, those worksheets are individual numbers 1 through 20. So students may not be able to complete all of those worksheets. They may just be able to grab certain ones. But I think that watching them do that and also watching them create the numbers with the objects would be a good formative assessment. You can walk around and see what students are doing, see what they're drawing, and what they're that they're tracing their number, so they know what their number is and what quantity matches that number. Let's see. I also have on here that students will choose one of their partner's worksheets and correct it. So this might also be helpful for students to look at what their partner has done. Their partner has traced the number 8. Have they put 8 little objects in the jar? And as far as closure, I would say today we learned how to show how many by drawing objects in jars to match the number. We also made numbers out of Play-Doh with balls of Play-Doh to match that number. This shows that we know how to represent a number with objects. We can show how many if we are given a number. We can also tell the number if given objects to count. We know that when we count one more, we have added one more to the amount. This may help move towards the beginning of some addition, is what I was thinking as far as my next lesson plans and what I would do. Again, number 4s would collect the Play-Doh after the Play-Doh part of the activity, and I thought that students would just collect their worksheets that they have done and just have something to put like in a math activity binder or something like that. Maybe not a binder, but they could go back and look through them, and in whatever numbers they have not done, they could probably continue at another time. Also, I kind of wanted to share the center activity that I've chosen for this week of lessons. I have 2 on here, but I will say account and color center activity, where students would roll the dice, and they have a worksheet that they're using. So they'll roll the dice, and whatever number they get, they will color on the worksheet, because the worksheet just has random numbers on there. And so I thought that would be helpful as far as backing up this particular lesson, which is at the end of the week, but could be used throughout the week to reinforce the numerical value and the number name. So I think that's all I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching.